From the author of Spinsterella, The Strange and Unusual Romance and Spellbound, A Darker Shade of Black comes the legendary Magic Children. Pick up the conclusions of the Spinsterella trilogy in paperback and e-readers this Halloween. Amazon.com has been removing one-star reviews of Hillary Clinton's brand new book, alleging that people are putting one-star reviews of Hillary Clinton's book up there who have not been making so-called verified purchases. Now, yesterday I went on Amazon.com to check out my book listings on my page, and I noticed that several of the reviews for many of my books that were submitted by book clubs and people who actually purchased my book were removed as part of this campaign. And I'm finding it very interesting that people on the left who say that they're so tolerant of people are the ones participating in much of the fascism they allege Donald Trump and the right to be participating in. Because I find in the aftermath of this Hillary Clinton loss that the people who are most participating in trying to censor people are mostly left-leaning companies and people on the left. And this Amazon.com removal of one-star reviews of Hillary Clinton's book is no different than the Google adpocalypse, which was implemented by Google because they didn't like the fact that many YouTubers were coming on and campaigning for Trump, and many people were not in support of your Hillary Clinton. So they decided to passive-aggressively punish many YouTubers and almost every YouTuber out here by demonetizing their videos and then trying to change the way videos are monetized on Google. And what I'm seeing with these left-leaning companies is that they continue to try to play Captain Save-A-Ho for this Hillary Clinton, not understanding that if this female who says she believes in feminism wanted to be equal to a man, then she has to learn how to take the loss like a man. You cannot come in here and try to save this female from something that she did to herself. She decided she wanted to be the first woman president. She decided she wanted to campaign to be the first woman president. She decided she wanted to go out here and run this campaign to become the first woman president. And what these left-leaning companies need to understand is this female needs to take the loss just like any other man out here, and just like Al Gore had to take the loss in the year 2000, and John Kerry had to take the loss in 2004, and John McCain had to take the loss in 2008, and Mitt Romney had to take the loss in 2012. All those men sat there and took the loss. Unfortunately, due to the way these simps at these left-leaning companies think, this female, she's not allowed to take the same loss that every other man out here has had to take. And these men, they went out here and they campaigned hard. They went out here and debated. They went out here and pushed. Unfortunately, they did not win the election. And after they did not win the election, they sucked it up like men. Unfortunately, when it comes down to this Hillary Clinton, thanks to all these beta male simps out here, they won't let things go, and they continue to push things almost a year after this election is over. And when they go out here and push, they do passive-aggressive things that make other people suffer, like many YouTubers out here who had absolutely nothing to do with this political campaign. Many YouTubers out here who are literally putting out videos here, and now their videos are being demonetized, all because people at Google, executives at Google, can't deal with the fact that Hillary Clinton just was not a strong enough candidate to win the presidency. And many of these other companies, like Amazon and all these other companies, can't deal with this fact as well. And what these left-leaning companies need to do is understand that when a candidate comes out here and they don't win an election, you have to suck it up and you have to get back to doing business, because the things you are doing right now is alienating many of the people out here who use your services, because all of these behaviors you're participating in, these behaviors to try to censor people, these behaviors show everyone who the fascist is, because you can't stand hearing an opinion that you disagree with. You can't stand hearing a point about your candidate, and you can't stand hearing points about things in life you can't stand, and now you want to censor people on your platforms because people are saying things you don't like hearing and things aren't going your way. Well, that's not American, and that's unpatriotic, because in America we're supposed to have freedom of speech, freedom of expression, and freedom of speech and freedom of expression is not to protect the speech we like, it's to protect the speech we don't like. If people are posting one-star reviews of Hillary Clinton's book, then they're posting those one-star reviews because the book is absolute crap, just like her campaign, and people are just tired of hearing her excuses about why she lost almost a year later. The same thing with Google. People are broadcasting themselves and presenting their opinions about things. And if those opinions aren't what people at Google's executive offices want to hear, then that's their problem, because you created an open platform. And the reason why Hillary Clinton lost was not because of anybody on social media. It was because Hillary Clinton ran a bad campaign. Now, she has run excuse after excuse after excuse. And the sad part is that these beta male simps keep believing these excuses, and they keep coming out here trying to cape for this female instead of making her take that same loss. If she believes in feminism and she believes in being equal, then guess what? She's got to take the equal loss, the equal pain, and deal with the equal failure that Al Gore, John Kerry, John McCain, and Mitt Romney had to deal with, because those men had to deal with loss. They had to deal with the fact that their campaigns failed, and they had to get on with their lives. And those men actually just sat there, sucked up that loss, and got on with their life. But because many of these beta males want to be the white knight for Hillary Clinton and defend her honor, what they're doing is they're trying to give her a pass when she needs to be held accountable. If you want to play the man's game, then you have to deal with what men deal with and be held to the same standard as men. Because when you're held to that standard, you are going to be held equally accountable. And this is the big problem with many of these left-leaning companies. They don't want this female to deal with the fact that she was the one who caused her campaign to fail. She was the one who ran on the campaign of preserving the legacy of Barack Obama, a legacy most people said that they wanted nothing to do with, policies they said they wanted nothing to do with. She took for granted numerous demographics like blacks, like Hispanics. She took the entire white female base for granted, and she never presented an argument to why she should be president. All she did was run on preserving the legacy of Barack Obama. Well, the legacy of Barack Obama did nothing for me, and the legacy of Barack Obama did nothing for many black people out here, especially black men who saw themselves being slaughtered in the streets while your Barack Obama sat there and twiddled his thumbs. If he had did something about George Zimmerman, maybe Hillary Clinton would have won the election, because if he had done something about George Zimmerman, it wouldn't have emboldened the entire base of white supremacists who went out here to support Donald Trump. And it wouldn't have emboldened many of the people out here who supported Donald Trump, because they saw how weak and ineffective your Barack Obama was on that whole Trayvon Martin thing. And they said to themselves, you know, this guy he's just a weak guy. He didn't do anything. And that was one of the core reasons why she lost a big chunk of the black vote. And she lost big chunks of the female vote because of female nature. Now, when it came down to females, they saw the entirety of the country changing. They saw a lot of these men's movements starting to gain momentum, and they're continuing to gain momentum. The MGTOW movement continues to gain momentum due to all of these liberal policies that are designed to punish men, like these man-spreading laws and other things. And that's what made a lot of these men start thinking about revolt. And that's why a lot of those white women decided to defect over to the Trump side, because they said to themselves, these men are the ones who provide our resources, and we need to protect these men. So they decided to vote for Trump to protect their access to resources. That was basic female nature. Moreover, the females just don't like Hillary Clinton because she's just another female. But you can't tell any of these people at these left-leaning companies that these are the core reasons why your Hillary Clinton lost the election. For them, they just can't understand why this is happening, and they think a book like What Happened is going to explain it, when this is very simple, and I just explained it right there to you, why this female lost this election. And these white knights need to stop caping for her and make her take that same loss that these men took, because if she ran like a man, then she has to deal with the loss like a man. If you'd like to see me make more videos like this, you can donate to my Patreon by clicking the link in the description box. And if you want to try some of my SJS direct titles, you can do so by clicking the link to Amazon.com. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.